Hey, what's up, gang? Clownvis here with Serious Clownversation. I'm sitting here with one of my favorite people on the planet Earth. This guy is, first and foremost, the drummer and the singer of the Grammy Award-winning group Mastodon. But he's so much more than that. He is a dog lover. He is a sports fanatic, a Bills fan.
Oh, boy.
A beer drinker.
Yes.
An artist. And what my favorite part is, he's a lover of clowns. Welcome to the show, Brann. How are you, buddy?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me, Clownvis.
Really glad you're here. So you're just kicking off a Mastodon the tour, huh? This is like kind of the first day of this run?
It is, yeah. This is kind of like a, you get rid of the dust a little bit, you know?
Yeah.
Get the cobwebs off of there and get ready for the next little over a month that we're going to be touring the United States.
Yeah, very exciting, man. Well, I have a few questions for you. Some of them pertain to clowns. Some of them are just kind of out there. But the first thing I want to say is being I follow you on Instagram. I get a kind of a peek at your life there. And like I said up at the top of the show, you do so many things. You have so many passions. Where does that drive come from? And do you get tired?
From time to time, I get tired, yeah. But I don't know. I have an overactive, I just am one of these people, maybe a little ADHD, but I always have to have something going on, something cooking, you know what I mean? Or else I feel, you know what I mean? I can't really sit still when I'm at home. So it's good for me to have my hands in a bunch of different pies.
Yeah, well, it's really admirable. I mean, I love, like I said, you see it on Instagram when you're going to games, and when you go to, like, say when the Bills are playing or something, you don't just casually sit and watch a game. I mean, you're a freak. You dress up in these crazy Bills costumes, and you're marching in parades, and you go wild.
Yeah, well, I was raised or born in Rochester, New York, which is very close to Buffalo, and so those two cities are, a lot of people are, you kind of, geographically, I always say, if you're born in the Middle East, chances are you're a Muslim. If you're born in Western New York, chances are you're a Bills fan. Yeah. That's just how it works out. It's my whole family is rabid Bills fans. And so when I moved to Atlanta in 2000, it was not the sweetest spot for the Bills. So, but now that they got this new quarterback, there's a lot of excitement about the team. So over the last few years, on game days, my lady dress up in crazy Bills costumes and send photos out to all the members of my family and some of my Bills friends that are up there and stuff, just to let them know that we're still here and you supporting from down there in Atlanta. But yeah, it's fun. It's a very fun, manufactured stress is sometimes the best stress to have. It's like, it means everything to you in the moment, but it's not a real detriment to your life, obviously. So sports are good for that, definitely. That kind of fandom, I think, is healthy when it's fun. If it's not really do or die. And I'd never take it as far as like it's not going to ruin my day if the team loses. Where there are some people that they go so far as to if the team loses, it's the end of the world, and they're going to go. Go to sleep in bed for a couple days, and felt like that for me.
Well, so I see, your passion with sports and stuff, and then again with your dog, you seem to have a love for your dog and dogs in general that seems to be a little above and beyond just a regular. Oh, I like dogs.
Oh, I love my little baby boy, Beefcake. My God,
that's a good dog.
Yeah, he definitely stole my heart a couple years ago when we got him and moved him into the old house there. He's just he's one of the funniest dudes I ever hung out with.
Yeah, it's a good dog. I like to see him. And so, like I said, one of your passions is clowns, which is a big topic on this show, Serious Clownversation. And you put out a book, and this is an amazing thing. If you haven't seen it, you guys got to look this up and see these pictures, or get your hands on the book if you can. It's called 101 Clowns of the Coronavirus. And why don't you give us a little backstory on that?
Well, let's see. When all throughout when I was a kid, I used to draw constantly, and really most of my family thought that I would probably be more of a visual artist than. I was also playing drums and stuff, but I was way more concentrated on art as far as drawing and painting and stuff. And throughout the years, as music took over, and I concentrated more on that, and then it became my career. Luckily, I always sort of in the back of my head was thinking, I really want to start getting back into drawing someday. But I'm kind of like I guess like an artistic monogamist, where I can only really artistically sort of if I'm concentrating on writing Mastodon music or music in general, I can only sort of do that and be committed to that. I'm always thinking about it, being creative in that way. And so when the lockdowns came put into place, we were told it was going to be 14 days.
Yeah, I remember that.
And to flatten the curve, and then everything is going to go back to normal in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So I cracked the sketchbook open. Said, okay, I don't have to do music for 2 whole weeks, and I don't really have to leave the house for any reason other than to go try to see if we can scrounge up some toilet paper somewhere.
Yeah.
And so I drew a clown number 1, and me and my girlfriend were like, hey, it'd be cool if I drew a clown for each one of these 14 days and, draw a different one every day, and it could be the clowns of the coronavirus, the 14-day lockdown.
Yeah.
Well, I just kept going as the lockdown kept going, and I got to 101. So I drew one every single day. They started to get more and more elaborate. I had all these different ideas, and I became completely obsessed with every morning I would wake up, go downstairs, and draw a clown to completion.
Yeah.
And then send it out to a rolling snowball of people that got added to the text thread of getting the clown.
Yeah.
I would send it to them separately. And sometimes it took me longer to send the clown to each person that I wanted to than it took to draw the clown. So
did you have it in mind each morning? Did you have the clown in mind, or did you just kind of start going and your brain took over?
Well, I started to develop like a little list on the side of possible clowns that I wanted to draw. And then I had people like with requests, like Joey from Slipknot was like, oh, he had an idea every single day. I'm like, dude, I have a lot of ideas. I'm good. But I did draw one for him. One of his, the King Cobra clown,
cool,
was his. And then at his memorial, I gave that to his sister. It just kind of got out of hand, like the coronavirus itself.
Yeah. I had a real similar situation with, I started right at the beginning, started doing my show Clownvis to the Rescue.
Yeah.
And then same thing. I was like, I'm going to do this every day. And then, but I'm still doing it, 5 years later. It's become the love of my life. I love it. But yeah, the book, is it still available, or is it all sold out now?
I think it's sold out, but it's possible that we'll do another run of it.
Okay, good. Because I don't have one in my collection. I gotta get my hands on.
I'll send you one.
Thanks, man. Yeah,
because we're pals.
I gotta have it in my clown collection.
Yeah, it's got a lot of if you like clowns, there's a whole heap load of them in there, and just living their everyday lives. There's clowns bowling. There's birthday clowns proposing to mimes. There's a pregnant clown. There's a pregnant preggers.
It's really it's all over the place. The pictures I've seen, man.
And then I got a bunch of some cool musician friends that were in the texts, to sort of comment, like Lars from Metallica and Josh from Queens and Randy from Lamb of God, and they were like, "Oh, I was getting the clown every day from Brann," and it was really looked forward to it. I found out a lot of people were sort of judging the state of my mental wellness by whatever clown came through. There'd be a couple of really dark ones that would come through, and I'd get phone calls like, "Dude, you're all right." I'm like, "I'm good. I'm just hey, I'm in the same boat as all of us. I'm a little worried about humanity and not sure what's going to happen."
Do you think there's a deeper meaning there, like for the clown? Were you thinking that clowns are? Did you like clowns before this?
Oh yeah.
And so do you kind of find like a safe space for them, and that's kind of why you went to drawing the clowns?
Well, the clown is such an iconic character that it can really be applied to anything. Yeah. You can clown anything.
Yeah.
You can turn an airplane into a clown. You could turn, So as I started moving along and getting more, ideas and stuff, the floodgates were open. So I think that it was definitely an easier path, to get 101 clowns out of it. I could have kept going, but we started having to go to Mastodon practice and start writing what was going to be Hushed and Grim, the next record, and it started to sort of not totally interfere, but I was late for practice a few times because I was trying to get the clown in and finish the clown before I went to practice. Yeah, and I'd be texting the guys. I'm like, listen, as soon as you get the clown in text form, I'll be there 15 minutes after that.
On my way.
So like they started commingling, and I couldn't really have that, so I had to put him away. And 101 was sort of perfect. I had a Dalmatian named Thriller at the time.
Yeah.
And so he's the last clown. I drew him with a little clown hat on, and rest in peace, Thriller. But he made it. He rounded it out with the 101 Dalmatians. You make the you do the math on that.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah,
I get it. And so you have also kind of a clown collection that I've seen it throughout your house. It seems like you have like a lot of clown artifacts, clown images and such.
Yeah, clown room.
Yeah,
I got a full room in the house. The clown room. It's that sort of collections kind of came from my collection of velvet paintings.
Yeah.
So I have I started collecting velvet paintings when I was a teenager. I got my first one when I was like 16 or 17. But I always liked velvet paintings. When I was maybe 8 or 9 years old, this girl that I was hanging out with, her dad offered to give us karate lessons.
Cool.
And so we go into this house, and this is how I remember it. I might be like stylizing it in my mind, but he had no shirt on, mirrored sunglasses, and we went into his bedroom to start learning some karate, and he had like multiple unfinished velvet paintings that he was doing of like nude women.
Whoa,
And I just
that's
walked
a
in
memory,
there like,
baby.
This is the most 80s thing ever, but it was the 80s.
That's
so
a memory, man.
Anyway, I was like, there's some, obviously the nudes and being an 8-year-old boy, but just something about the starkness, the colors against the black velvet.
Have you ever painted any? Have you ever done any?
I've never done one.
Neither have I, but it's something that seems like almost like a lost art form these days. And I'm I if there was a class or something I could take, I'm sure I could maybe look it up online. But and I don't even know where to find those cool old frames. If
you can get, I'll hook you up.
Oh, cool, man! Because I got
a lifeline to some of the original artists that are in Tijuana, and they'll paint anything you want.
I'm gonna follow you. I'm gonna follow up on that because I want to learn how
if you want to collect art and you're on a budget, velvet is the way to go.
Yeah,
and they're really awesome. I have my whole stairwell is filled like an iconostasis or something, but it's all velvet paintings.
Yeah, great.
And I get some of them commissioned, but then I find some at yard sales and
I look for them too,
stuff like that. But so the clowns, a lot of them are clowns. And, because of the nature of a lot of velvet paintings, they are these collectibles that people would go down to Tijuana, go down to Mexico, and then bring back as a part of, a tourist collectible.
Yeah.
And so they're sort of painted hastily. Yeah. And in the haste of those paintings comes some pretty disfigured looking,
I love that.
But that's the charm. The best thing about them sometimes is you get one that looks really wacky and you're like, wow, that's insane looking.
Yep.
But there's also some really beautifully painted ones with some really super talented artists that take their time and you're like, I can't believe that's, $10 at a yard sale. That's a really beautiful painting. My favorite one is of a clown. I'll show you later, but it's really beautiful. And so I started to get so many of these clowns. I'm like, man, I just need to do a clown room at this point because I have so many other, clown memorabilia things that I was collecting as well. But
probably and I don't know your full collection, but from what I've seen, the crowning jewel, you got this Emmett Kelly toilet that's just mind blowing.
Oh yeah, my buddy Gooch painted that pretty recently.
The toilet itself is beautiful, and then you open it up, and it's like
Emmett Kelly.
It's gorgeous, man.
Yeah. It's amazing.
Did you commission that, or was that his idea?
I commissioned it.
Man, that is a great idea, and just really, something to hang on to that.
Yeah, I'm gonna. I feel bad, because he's right there, and you're kind of, what's happening there.
Yeah,
but I clean him every day.
So when you were young, growing up, I assume circuses were still kind of happening. How did you get into clowns? Were you into it in kind of an innocent way, and then it just never went away?
Yeah, my grandfather was a Shriner.
Oh, great.
And so he worked the Shrine Circus that came through Rochester. And so my sister and I got sort of like a backstage
very cool
tour.
Yeah.
And he took us in to see the clowns getting ready and putting the grease paint on. And we met them and I was like, whoa,
Yeah.
It was so cool to see them up close and not all the stuff on,
right.
All the garb and everything hadn't been placed yet and they were getting ready and powdering and stuff. And I just was, I think first and foremost, just the aesthetics, I just really, as a kid, just innocently loved the way they look and they made me laugh. And that's plain and simple why I liked it. Now, my sister had the opposite reaction, she was scared to death,
That seems to be most of the way that, the mainstream went, is that clowns got very scary. And I don't know, do you think that was because of being kind of villainized in movies and stuff, or do you think that was more of a natural thing? I mean, did your sister, was she scared in those days, or was she scared after she saw it or something?
Well, I think it came along with even kids being scared of Santa Claus and the Easter Bunny. You know, it's just this kind of big, goofy looking thing coming at you, and you're a little kid. Some kids just react that way to it. But I also think, you know, movies obviously added to it. You have Poltergeist, you have It. You know, everybody's all excited about this Steve Spielberg guy. I say, what's the big hubbub? He ruined the ocean for the entire world. And
yeah,
he definitely took place. And you know, Tobe Hooper made Poltergeist, but old Steve Spielberg, he had his hands in there too.
Yeah,
and
he knew what he
clown
was doing.
Scene made everybody scared of trees, made everybody scared of clowns, made everybody scared of unfinished swimming pools,
scared of dead Native Americans under your house.
Exactly. So, but you know, I also think that it became like the only popular phobia to have.
Exactly.
Like people would claim it out loud. Like, I'm so scared of clowns.
Yeah, people are very proud
call
of
bullshit
that.
on a bunch of those people. I think that it's a lie.
I do too. It's also funny to be like, so you're a scaredy cat? What's cool about that?
Yeah,
like,
what is cool about
that's
that?
not really, yeah.
You're just not hearing people like exclaim how afraid they are of heights or you know.
Yeah, no, people always
I guess
have
spiders,
to say it real
people
loud.
are excited to let you know that they're afraid of spiders or
snakes.
spiders
and snakes, but that makes sense. They kill you. They kill.
Yeah, and they could kill you. A clown's not going to kill you. I mean, you know, I mean, there's been a couple through history, but those are blemishes.
So rare and such small blemishes and oversaturated with what they've haven't done. Hey, how about this one, man?
Let's hear it.
You recently have had your hand in working with a project that I worked a little bit on too, with the great Bozo the Clown.
Yeah.
How exciting is this? The fact that in 2025, Bozo the Clown is back in action. He's putting a full album out. We just did a 7-inch that's already out where I sing a song with Bozo. And you're actually, I don't know if you have a hand on that, but your picture's on the front. You got a little picture of you dressed like a clown on the front. Little clown nugget.
I played drums on a bunch of songs, and then I was like, yelling, screaming, doing some weirdness, jumping around in the studio, and I'm in there.
And so that full Bozo album is coming out, and I believe did they mix it at the Mastodon studio or something? I know that
West End Sound.
Okay, yeah,
which is our studio that we have in the West End of Atlanta, Georgia.
Yeah, how was it to work with Bozo?
It was amazing. I didn't really know what was, you know, I had gotten an email and it said David Arquette is now Bozo the Clown, and he wants to possibly involve you in this musical project. And I was like, that sounds incredible. I want to do that. Of course, all day long. Yes.
Yeah.
And so they came to the studio, and I went down and met everybody and played some drums on some stuff and hung out. And then David took all of us to the circus, and the sweetest, nicest dude like of all time. You know?
Yeah.
What an awesome guy.
Pretty much the same experience I had. Kind of got called out of the blue for it. And then, since we've done a couple things. We did a Bozo weekend up in Chicago that Billy Corgan put on.
Oh, wow.
And I mean, David's just unreasonably nice. He doesn't need to be that nice.
No, he doesn't.
He's just a real sweet guy.
Yeah, he sends me stuff all the time, and he's just the sweetest dude ever.
Yep, same. So as a fan of clowns, and I know you probably feel the same, we're very happy that Bozo the Clown is back in the game.
Yeah, I mean, for me, you know, a child of the 70s, I sort of just missed it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I more remember Bozo. I mean, you know, I saw the reruns and I loved Bozo, and then Eddie Van Halen made the pin "No Bozos" very popular. So you'd see him with the circle slash and go, well, what about the actual Bozo? Like, he can come in. I get what you're saying.
It's a metaphor. You know,
I get what you're saying.
Actual Bozos,
but we can let him in. I mean, he's fun.
So you've been in Atlanta since 25 years now, I guess, since the beginning of the century.
Yeah, 2000. I moved there.
Atlanta
for Y2K.
Oh, okay.
We were there January 1st. Never been there before, and said, let's hunker down in Atlanta.
A nice, safe place like Atlanta. I've always been fascinated by Atlanta, and I've been going there since about that time. It has such a unique vibe. What is it about it that makes that place so artistic and so special? I feel Mastodon does a good job of representing it and representing this kind of weird, huge vibe that comes out, and, you know, a lot of other artists as well that come out of there. But what is it about Atlanta? Do you have any insight on that?
I really don't. I mean, I think it's just there's a very, very much so a melting pot of different people, and people seem to move there, like including myself. But yeah, when I got there, and so, like my first job that I had was at the Star Bar, working the door.
Yeah.
and across the street at Junkman's Daughter, which is like a big, weird kind of, not like a alternative clothing.
It's a weirdo shop. Before
one of those cool shops that they used to exist but still exists. But you know what I mean. Before sort of the Hot Topics kind of.
Yeah, you used to have to go to the hip part of town to find a spot like this, and still there, right? Is Junkman's Daughter
it's there? Yeah, and it's doing good. But I don't know. There was one of the first people I met was Mike Puddles.
Yeah.
And he was in a band called King Size that was doing Elvis tribute show. And I moved there in January, so it was like right around when they were kind of having their thing at the Star Bar. And then I met Jim Stacy, and he ended up being in a whole bunch of Mastodon music videos. And he's in the movie, or he's in the video for Blood and Thunder. He plays the main clown and that. Yeah. Which, that video idea was basically the band were Shriners, and it was the end of the circus season, so we were going to reward the clowns and everybody that was in the circus with a rock show. Yeah, and it's at the Star Bar, and so I really just wanted to see a giant writhing pit of clowns. Just
so great.
I thought that would be cool.
That's so great.
So I met all and so Mike and Jim had a band called Grease Paint, which was I think them and their wives dress up in like monkey masks and coconut bras, and they would play ukuleles. And I was like, there's a clown band here. It's so awesome here. And there was a Star Wars band, and there was a band called Lust that would come and had like costumes and themes and stuff. And there was just a lot of that going on. Where I came from in Rochester, there was nothing like that. Right. And
that's
so I don't know what it was.
That's
really
what I saw coming out of Atlanta. All these, these big, overly done things that were kind of like weird, it's hard to describe, but like it have like huge clown vibes and Godzilla vibes and old
Shane Morton.
Yeah, Shane.
Shane worked on a lot of our videos, and there's just that really entrenched like monsters. Yeah. A lot of it was like the Star Bar was sort of the epicenter for all that kind of that culture. Where you'd get like at the time you'd get like Reverend Horton Heat would come there and do like 6 shows in a row, or Southern Culture on the Skids, and we had the Drive Invasion because we still had a drive.
Yes, I went to that one year. Yeah,
that's one of the that was one of my favorite things in Atlanta was the Drive Invasion.
Yeah. Well, I still love Atlanta. I was there just last year. You were there. I played the Star Bar. You were there. It was great looking out from that little stage, seeing you and Puddles and Randy, Lamb of God, and still a very wonderful, special place. And I love Atlanta. So
yeah, me too.
Glad to see you guys representing it worldwide. All right, I want to end with a quick little game, if that's all right, bro.
All right.
You guys, Mastodon, won a Grammy in 2018. You've been nominated countless times, right? Too many times to count.
Something like that. 6 times, I think.
I can't count that high, so we're going to say countless times. We're going to play a game right now. I'm going to throw out some big name acts. You tell me if they've won a Grammy or if they haven't won a Grammy. You ready?
Let's go.
Start with the big one. Katy Perry.
Yes.
No, Katy Perry has not won a Grammy. All right. Snoop Dogg.
Yes.
Snoop Dogg has not won a Grammy. ABBA.
No.
Correct. ABBA has not won a Grammy.
I'm going to start saying no.
All right. How about this one? Bjork.
Oh, man. She should, but probably not.
That's right. Bjork has not won a Grammy. Jennifer Lopez.
Yes.
No, she has not won a Grammy. Little Richard.
Oh, please be yes.
No, Little Richard has not won a Grammy. Let's try one more here. Journey.
No.
That's right. Journey has not won a Grammy. I play that game with you, Brann, to say all those artists have not won a Grammy. Mastodon has won a Grammy. Is that something you're proud of?
I am proud of it, It's the same statue that Stevie Wonder has, so there you go.
The same statue that Jennifer Lopez doesn't have.
That's right.
What does she think of Mastodon? She's probably pissed.
If she sees this, we're very sorry that you don't have that. We do.
She'll see this.
Yeah.
She'll see this. Well, Brann, thank you so much. If you ever need anybody to fill in on the band, I do play a little guitar.
Okay.
you'd have to change the set to just kind of 3-chord songs in the key of E.
Okay.
But I'm willing to do that.
Sounds
I'm willing to
doable.
make time.
Just rework a couple things.
Yeah, we can make it happen.
Yeah.
Again, big fan of Mastodon, huge fan of you and your spirit and the energy you bring to everyday life. You are an inspiration, and I appreciate you being on the show, Brann.
Thanks, brother. Love you, Clownvis.
Thank you, man.